At a family dinner, my mom was smiling. My dad was making a toast. My sister was scrolling her phone. Then my daughter handed me a note under the table. It said, "Call 911. She looked pale. I didn't panic. I did this. 17 minutes later, my parents were panicking. Yeah, that's how my Thursday night went. I'd driven 2 hours to get there. Thought I was being a good mom, a good daughter. The whole damn thing was supposed to be a quiet evening at the family's countryside retreat, which is a generous word for a mold-scented low-ceiling house with suspiciously thin walls and creaky everything. You know the kind. Your niece remembers the bathroom tile more than your heart remembers the sunsets. Anyway, my parents had invited Freya, my daughter, to stay for a couple weeks just after graduation. They said she'd been looking pale, said she needed rest, said they missed her. And I, idiot that I am, believed them. Freya had been quiet since Henry, my uncle, her great-uncle, died. He'd been like a grandfather to her. No wife, no kids, just an old man with a soft heart and a quiet house full of wooden trains. When he passed, it wrecked her. She wasn't answering calls much. But when I did get through, she always sounded tired, not scared. Tired I could live with. Tired I could fix. So I asked if I could come visit just for one evening. They weren't thrilled, but they said yes. I'm going to say something stupid now. I didn't think anything was off when I arrived. I walked in. They smiled. My mom hugged me. My dad cracked a joke about the wine I brought being actually drinkable this time. Everyone laughed. My sister waved from the kitchen. They'd even lit candles on the porch like we were at some Airbnb with good reviews. And Freya was there smiling, sort of. She looked thin, paler than usual. Her eyes had that swollen post-crying glaze, but she smiled when she saw me. She stood up and gave me a hug that lasted just long enough to make me suspicious. The kind of hug that says, "Thank God you're here," but doesn't want to be obvious about it. So, I said nothing. I just squeezed her hand and asked, "You okay?" She nodded. Dinner started. Burgers, potato salad, slices of tomato that looked like they'd been carved with a spoon. Everyone talked like it was any other evening. My dad told a story about nearly crashing a golf cart. My mom kept refilling everyone's glasses with boxed wine and saying, "Just a splash," while pouring half a cup. My sister scrolled her phone under the table. The man sitting across from me, the family friend, smiled whenever I looked at him. I smiled back because women are trained from birth to smile when men look at them. I didn't remember his name. I didn't remember ever being told his name. And then it happened, just as my dad raised his glass for a toast, something about fresh air and family and how we should do this more often. I felt a hand brush my knee under the table. Freya. She was sitting beside me. She slipped something into my lap, a folded piece of paper ripped from a notepad, the kind my mom kept near the landline for grocery lists and passive-aggressive reminders about recycling. I looked down, unfolded it. 2 words, all caps, "Call 911. No exclamation mark, no explanation, just that. I froze. She was still looking forward, not at me, staring into the middle of the table like nothing had happened. But I saw her hand shake. I saw her leg bouncing under the table. My throat went dry. My mom turned to me. "Everything all right, honey?" I folded the paper back up without blinking, slid it under my thigh. "Yeah," I said and forced a smile. "Just potato salad's a bit heavy." They laughed. My dad made some joke about my city stomach. And I laughed too, but I couldn't feel my hands anymore. What the hell was going on? I looked at Freya again. She didn't look back, but her jaw was tight,